Hey y'all, what's up? Bringing you another video. This time with the S.I.C, which is Super Imaginative Coliseum here. Ryu Oyama X Kamen Rider Kuuga, brought to you by Panda. So, gotta honestly say, everybody knows I love Kamen Rider Kuuga, so I had to get this. Normally I don't review my S.I.Cs, but I felt like, with all the extra time I have, why not take the time to actually, do it, right? So, yeah. I actually collect an abundance of other things. I just don't always review everything. So, for those of you that think I just kind of just collect one thing, I can totally surprise you with something else because I don't really show it. So I apologize in advance if it seems like I'm out of the blue with certain stuff. But yeah, that's just what I do. But gotta honestly say, I'm actually really enjoying this piece. It's a very nice piece by Ryu Oyama that they allowed him to design for Kamen Rider Kuuga. And while I do have small gripes about it, because it's the S.I.C, I just imaginative. Well, yeah, I didn't mean to play on words there. But it's supposed to be super imaginative, super exaggerated, and fun as a reimagined version of Kamen Rider Kuuga. Now, our look here is that of an extensive design of a lot of design. More like that, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But you know what? Easiest way to explain it, if you follow me on IG and you follow Retro Geezer, he actually does art similar to this. And it's kind of stylized in its own way that follows the original pattern, all while giving it a new imagination. And that's kind of what's done here. So I really, really enjoy it. But with all that being said, let's talk about the articulation. Now, our head can go up with the help of the neck. Our head can go down. Again, with the help of the neck, we can tilt side to side. All that favorite jazz that I very much enjoy. What's really cool is on top of where the horns are, you actually get that extra movement so you can actually have these fold out, which is something I really enjoy. It's little things like that that you just add in that kind of go a long way. You know what I mean? So with that being said, our shoulder pauldrons are on the arm, not actually attached to... Actually, oh, no, I'm wrong. No, I'm right. They are attached to the arm. So that's something I've always enjoyed. It has a little bit of wiggle room that allows you to go left and right on it. Lift up just a little bit, can't get too much, but you can actually lift your arm up pretty well. There is a bicep swivel, and your arm is a double joint. It does seem like it's single jointed, but it's double jointed. And we have a nice rotation otherwise on this figure in the arms. As far as the ab crunch goes, you can go forward pretty deep. You can go backwards as well, and you can turn side to side and tilt just a little bit as well too. So you actually get room to tilt. Now, my one little gripe is that in this area, the joint system that they use is on a very classic T-joint. And I just don't know how to feel about that, because with stuff like that, especially for the price point, we pay a lot more because we're paying for pretty much a designer piece here. And I don't mind paying it, but that T-joint bothers me aesthetically. It actually functions really, really well. It just bothers me aesthetically. Now, with that being said, there's also, it allows you to have that thigh swivel here, as well as the extra thigh swivel you get that cuts in. So you actually can rotate in and out on the figure. Just don't like the way it makes it look gappy. That's the one thing about it. Now, we can rotate this foot all the way up. With that being said, we can also rotate it to the side for kicks. So that way you can have kicking power. Now, I want to make sure I can extend it as far as possible by dipping in on both ends. So you can see that he can actually cut up pretty far. It's not one of those things that's going to stop it. So you can actually cut that pretty well. Just that you won't get that extensive articulation you get on the SHF, but you will get it in other ways that allow you to kind of make this guy cut up pretty well. And to see if he could balance, actually, since I'm already here, why not try it out and balance that out, and voila. There we go. Yeah, kick power. So, our legs are double jointed as well, and we have super generous ankle pivot. But again, like I said, it only bothers me visually, because it actually does its job of allowing him the maximum range you can get on the S.I.C, all while keeping him pretty cool. You know what I mean? So here he is doing his signature mighty kick. And he pretty much holds up pretty well, even as a redesign. So I'm super... Oh, I want to see... Yep, you can actually rotate it left and right as well, too. So all these things I kind of look forward to, I actually got in the figure, as well as a new revised look. So I'm here for it, you know? I kind of had this guy on display for a while. So I'm going to leave him like this. And I'm going to talk about the things that he comes with. Actually, I don't like it that low. That's a little too low. I want to make sure he looks good. There we go. Now, with that being said, you do get these crazy long fingernail hands that extend. These are going to be his action hands. They're open palmed action hands. Pretty crazy. And I love this scary look and vibe that they get to it. So when you do certain signature poses, it'll look even crazier for him. And I love it. Then we have our thumbs up hand, which I enjoy the fact that they still gave this to him. I really, really do. And then you have his pose hands. And these can be for when he's crossing his arms, anything like that. These action hands are pretty cool as well too. I just love the creepy long finger design. I don't know if anybody else likes it, but I really do. Now, one of the motifs on the S.I.C, Super Imaginative Coliseum, not Chogokin, is that they added the gimmick of the swapping out the faceplate for the mouth. So you can see these gritty teeth here that you can get. So you can get the gritting teeth through the mask because he's more monster than man now. And then you get a screaming open mouth, which is also pretty cool. Because again, if you're going to be reimagined in a creepy monster bugman way, I think it's totally fine that you get super creepy with it. Now, Kuuga just doesn't come with all of that. What he does also come with is a really, really cool base for defeated Gurongi. And let's fix that focus. You see it, the destroyed concrete, the Gurongi's body's laid under it. And it's pretty much a statue here. They give you a statue base, but you can actually plop out the cape to rotate around. So you can have it in a certain way, as well as his right arm. So these two come as pieces you try to just attach it in. And you can rotate it whichever way you'd like. I actually prefer it this way. And then you can do the cape flowing in the wind. So real quick, depending on what you do, let's say you want to get that posed up. Because Kuuga definitely didn't give them no, well, he tried several times, but they were proving that they were beyond mercy. So yeah, if you want to do certain cool things, like where it shows him standing over it or stomping him out, you totally can. It's really cool things like this is why I do display stuff like this. It looks absolutely fantastic this way. It's really dope. So if you are not into S.I.C, this may not be for you. If you want to try something different, this may be a line to try. It is a little bit on the expensive side. I forgot how much this cost me, but I believe it's definitely 130 bucks. But it's cool because I love Kuuga and it's just what I do. But it may not be for everyone out there. So keep that in mind that it's not on the not expensive side, especially for those who want to try something new. So I'm trying to keep you guys in mind. Now I'm going to stand this guy straight up. I'm going to do a quick size comparison because the S.I.Cs are a slight bit bigger than your normal figures that you get. Now, when compared to himself as an SHF, Kuuga is actually pretty big. You know, we have our SHF here. And then we have our S.I.C. And you can see the big difference. So don't talk to me or my son ever again, obviously. Now, even if I take this guy away and I compare him to other stuff, you'll see that size-wise, it's pretty crazy. I also brought another S.I.C. to show you what they look like next to each other. So here's Puto Tiro Combo next to our S.I.C. homie Kuuga. You can see these guys are a pair together. Puto Tiransaru. Here is Kuuga next to a Mythic Legion. And as you can see, he's actually bigger than a Mythic Legion, which is pretty cool. You normally don't see that for a Kamen Rider stuff. Here he is next to a McFarlane Spawn. So these guys actually can work pretty well together in photos. So if I ever want to do a Kuuga Spawn team up, this would be the way to do it. Right? Here he is next to an Articulated Icons Ninja. So that won't work anymore. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Sorry, I just finished posing him up with the pink skull, so I have to reposition this guy. Right? Then we have the Hasbro Snake Eyes G.I. Joe. And as you can get the feel of it so far, you can clearly see Kuuga is going to be bigger than all of these guys, right? So let's try him next to a Mezco to see how he stacks up. Because the Spawn is actually the 7-inch scale. And Spawn was only barely bigger than him. And even with Mezco, Kuuga is finally bigger than these guys. So that's pretty cool to see, right? All in all, it's one of those things that I've very much enjoyed collecting these. And I'm glad to see them come back and the line not completely die. But hopefully we see more or even other forms of Kuuga, at least for me. But if I'm going to be selfish, I'm going to talk definitely Kuuga. But I also have the Forze too, and it's Forze is also really dope. Maybe I'll get an to actually reviewing that one as well too. I still have to pick up Ryuki. In the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this informative. And most of all, guys, be good, do good, drink your water. Later.